On March 11th, Toronto came alive with the sounds of Canadian Music Week. Over 50 bands from all over the world came together to present their music to the industry and public masses in venues all over Toronto in the hopes of becoming the next big thing. The party began at Tattoo Rub Parlor on Queen Street West and continued for the next several days and nights, taking over the city.
I'm just going to present Toronto and Winnipeg's Grand Adelaide. Crew up in that house, y'all.
The music wasn't the only thing taking place at this year's festival. Delegates, panelists, and conference members all converged at the Royal Fairmont Hotel for a series of industry conferences, guest speakers, awards, and performances. We caught up with festival manager Paul Quigley.
This year we had a goal of trying to bring this festival to the public attention more so than we've done in the past. To give you a little sort of history of Canadian Music Week, it started as a conference event. So it was strictly industry in its original years.
Okay.
And then they quickly realized that having all of that industry in one place, it would make sense to showcase artists.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you have labels and publishers and agents talking business, so give them a chance to check out bands. This year it was about 200 artists we accepted through Sonic bids, and a lot of international acts come through those channels. And we also do, Neil Dixon, who's the CMW president, is always traveling, checking out conference events, and I'm always getting emails, invite this band, just saw these guys, they're great. From their submissions, I can send out a list of EPK links that someone can check out at their convenience, from home, from the office, wherever it might be. We don't have to deal with physical packages. It's all laid out in the same format. You get your bio, you get your audio, tour dates, press.
Very connected by the internet.
Absolutely, yeah. That's the critical tool for tying it all together. Anvil, Canadian act who's been going for 20 years and, hasn't really achieved commercial success.
I just gotta say, after all these years, this is one of the most beautiful moments in my life. Thank you for being there for me, guys. Thank you. I love you all.
The most anticipated event of the Canadian Music Week is the Indie Awards, which is known to be the springboard into the mainstream eye for new and upcoming Canadian indie bands making a distinctive mark in music. One of the bands that have been making a lot of musical waves for themselves recently is Hamilton, Ontario's Arkells, who are nominated for Favourite Indie Band of the Year at this year's awards. We call up with the Arkells to find out who exactly the Arkells are, what makes them tick, and where we could expect to find them next.
Some of our favorite bands are either kind of directly kind of soul, R&B, influence, like bands like the Rolling Stones or Bruce Springsteen. They have a heavy, Motown soul influence. But we also love all the Motown collection too. So that element, that kind of energy that they have behind the voices, something that's always really resonated with us, and especially for a live show. it makes it more fun, you know, to really get into it.
The conviction with which, like, we were just listening to the Four Tops on the way here and talking about how much conviction. And those guys weren't even singing their own songs all the time, but they sang them like they wrote every word and meant every word. And that's the sort of thing that we've learned a lot from bands like that. So
we played so long, you know, as kind of a band that was getting to know itself and to nobody, you know. We played, so we got really used to playing for each other, because, you know, when you're going from city to city and, you know, no one's showing up to your gigs, then you have to find a way to make it fun. So yeah, so that's how we learned to play, was just play for each other and keep trying to get better. And then when we got a chance to, you know, to play these bigger shows, we fully embrace the opportunity to interact with the crowd, but we also are always looking at each other, because that's what we're most comfortable with. We are at the point where we are trying to be really nice to our employers to let us keep our job, so when we get back from tour, we can have some money.
You guys are serious?
Oh yeah, no, I was at work this week. We got back from tour on Tuesday from Winnipeg, and I worked Wednesday to Friday, getting up at 8:30 in the morning, and then we played on Friday night, and I had to ask my employer for another week and a half off to go to Texas.
You're living the real lifestyle.
yeah, whether we like it or not.
Jay, you like to say, I'm gonna feel the new year. I ain't gonna fear the new year. I'm gonna feel the new year. I ain't gonna fear the new
The Canadian Music Week proves that Canada has what it takes to become one of the foremost musical meeting places in the world. Having already made its dent in the film industry with the world-renowned Toronto Film Festival, the Canadian Music Week has established itself as a force to be reckoned with as a prime leader of world music festivals. I know for one that I'm already looking forward to 2010. I hope to see you there next time. Cheers.
So what can we do to help the show?
What you can do is drop me a line, you know, send me a bio, let me know a bit about yourselves, how you got started. If you've got like 2 or 3, Sophie's. Hi. If you want to send me 2 or 3 MP3s of your best tracks, or what you consider to be your best tracks, just for me to listen to.
Sure. This is Ryan from Easy Sleazy. We just met Cheryl from My Living Room radio show. Sounds like an amazing program for a hard rock band from Toronto. We're hoping one day we can be involved with this. We're fantastic people, fantastic show, and we'll hope to see you on air sometime soon. Peace, Easy Sleazy. Really nice to meet you guys.